Erica, welcome back to Maniacal Reader. Today I'm talking about some of the series I want to read in 2018. Now most of these books I'm talking about are YA dystopian, YA fantasy, and YA paranormal. And I'll make a separate video for the YA contemporary books I want to read this year. The first series I want to mention is the Legend Trilogy by Marie Lu. This is a YA dystopian trilogy. I don't really know much about this trilogy. All I know is that it's a popular dystopian and nearly everyone has read this trilogy, but I haven't gotten to it yet, so I want to get to it this year. The next series I want to read is the Immortal Rules by Julie Kagawa. This is a YA dystopian trilogy, but it has vampires in it. So it does have a paranormal creature in it, but it's mostly a dystopian series. I don't really know anything about this trilogy either. All I know is that it's addicting and it has a lot of action in it, so hopefully I like it. I mentioned in a previous video that I wanted to get back into reading more paranormal stuff, and it looks like this book has the best of both worlds, paranormal and dystopian, so hopefully I like it. The third series I want to read is the Pledge Trilogy by Kimberly Derting. This is another YA dystopian trilogy, and I don't really know much about this trilogy other than the fact that it has this main character who knows all sorts of languages. This special ability that she has to know languages is forbidden. I also think she has to defeat the corrupt government in this trilogy. That's pretty much all I know about this series. The reason why I want to read this series is because it's YA dystopian and I like the genre. Plus, it's another series by Kimberly Derting. I read Kimberly Derting's Body Finder series last year and I really enjoyed it, so I wanted to read something else by her. The next series I want to read is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Everyone on BookTube has been talking about this series for a while, and I finally wanted to pick it up this year. It's a YA fantasy series, and I don't really read YA fantasy that much, but I'm hoping to change that this year. I've read the first 4 books in Sarah J. Maas's Throne of Glass series, so hopefully I like this series as well. The next series I want to get to is the Graduate Trilogy by Leigh Bardugo. Shadow and Bone is the first book. This is another YA fantasy series. I don't know much about this trilogy other than the fact that the main character has to defeat a creature called the Darkling. People talk about this trilogy a lot on BookTube, and I wanted to pick up this trilogy to see if I like it. Next up I have Ruby Red by Kirsten Gier. This is the first book in another YA fantasy series. It follows this girl named Gwen, who has led a pretty normal life so far. A time-traveling gene runs through the female half of her family. It was supposed to have skipped Gwen, so she's surprised when she starts taking unwelcome trips through time. I've heard good things about this trilogy, and I'm intrigued about time travel, so I have a feeling I'm really going to like this series. The next book I have is HalfBlood by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is the first book in a YA paranormal fantasy series. In this world, purebloods have godlike powers, but half-bloods have 2 options: become trained centennials that kill demons, or become servants. This series follows a girl named Alexandria, who goes to a school called the Covenant. And at this school called the Covenant, there's one rule. Relationships between pures and half-bloods are forbidden. But Alex is crushing on his pureblood named Aiden, and certain antics ensue, obviously. This sounds like it could be a really interesting series. I love paranormal stuff, and I love Jennifer L. Armentrout's writing, so I'm definitely going to like this series. Next up, I have the Morganville Vampires Volume 1. This volume has the first 2 books in the Morganville Vampires series by Rachel Caine. I don't really know much about this series other than the fact that it's paranormal and there's vampires in it. This series is long. It has like 15 books in it total. I'm not sure if I'll read this series this year, but I'll definitely start it for sure. The last series I want to start is Sweet Evil by Wendy Higgins. This is the first book in the Sweet Evil series. In this world, teens' lives depend on being bad influences. This story follows the main character, who is the daughter of a fallen angel. And Anna has always been a good girl, but lately she's been feeling a dark pull within herself. And she's fallen for this guy named Caine Rowe. He's a bad boy and everything that Anna shouldn't want, but she can't seem to ignore her feelings for him. This sounds like an interesting series, and it's been compared to Jennifer L. Armentrout's Luck series, so hopefully I like this one. Those are all of the series that I want to read in 2018. Comment down below and tell me what series you want to read in 2018. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one.